and I just did not understand how beautiful this was until I smelled. Oh, so good. Hey, welcome back to my Feral Beauty channel. Thanks for joining me again. If you're new here, I talk about girly stuff, a lot of fragrance stuff, being that I am a fragrance collector. And if that's your thing, subscribe and let's go. We got something really cute we're talking about today. This is my tiny perfume collection. These are actual bottles of the designer fragrances. So people may refer to these as samples, but they're not exactly that. They're more like a really tiny size that's meant for you to carry in your purse or your bag or whatever. I'm going to set this down over here because these are actually kind of very rickety, especially these little shoes, these Carolina Herreras. They keep falling over, so I'm going to stick them over here. When I first started my fragrance collection, I didn't start by getting big bottles of what I was collecting, and I wasn't even intending to start collecting fragrances. I had a couple different fragrances on and off throughout like my teenagehood. There was Britney Spears Fantasy, and then I think the orange Adidas a little later on, but I had never got into fragrance collecting, and somehow I don't remember how or what it was about, but I ended up encountering a little tiny bottle of Viktor&Rolf BonBon, and I thought it was the cutest thing that I had ever seen. I carried this around in my purse and dabbed it on myself every now and then and just got addicted. And so my large perfume collection started with these little tiny dabbers. This was my little gateway drug. When you purchase a sample of something, you are paying less money than if you were buying the real thing. So let's say instead of buying a $200 bottle of a designer fragrance, you can purchase maybe a $14 sample of that. They come in these little bitty plastic squirty bottles. And those are really great because they're way less expensive. They come with the sprayer nozzle, so you kind of get that effect of spraying a fragrance versus dabbing it. Mini dabbers can be a little more expensive than that, and they don't come with a spray nozzle. They usually go for between, I think, like $8 and I've seen up to like $30 or $40. I'll put a little info or blurb in the description about that. They're a little more pricey, but you get a legit tiny glass bottle. This is adorable. I have actually, from purchasing minis, gone on and purchased the larger version of these fragrances. And some of those I'll show you that I have today because they just look really cute when paired next to themselves, like their adult selves. It's cute. So the first one that I have here is Burberry Her. I got this because I thought about getting the larger version. Burberry Her is such a cute, but not in a baby way, kind of fragrance. You've got like a lot of berries in there. It has a perfuminess to it that gives the hint of like adult perfume, but it's not overwhelming. Like it's not something you're gonna smell like an old lady at church. Like this is so good. You'll notice with most of these, if I were to take the cap off of all of these, you would see there's not a spray nozzle here. It's just kind of a little open bottle. This is meant for splashing directly on the skin, or you can put it on your finger and kind of dab it where you like it. I like using these to test out fragrances because they're easy and adorable to travel with. Next, we have Flowerbomb by Viktor&Rolf. And this one, you guys, I'm not huge on the floral fragrances. Well, maybe I am more so now. I actually have, I don't have the big version of this one, but I have an amazing dupe for this. I love this. I would definitely invest in Flowerbomb just because it's so nectar-y. It's so sweet and flowery in a natural and nectar-y kind of way where it's not like an overpowering fake floral. This is just a really pretty fragrance. The dupe that I have for this that I mentioned before and finally figured out what it was a dupe for, Ma Belle by, and I may not pronounce this right, Flowerbomb. This is a really strong, long-lasting fragrance. It's a little more potent and a little more honey-y than this fragrance. It's a little more heavier than this, but it is such a close dupe to Flowerbomb that if you don't want to pay, again, the designer price of Flowerbomb and you want more than just a little tiny dabber, Ma Belle by, I'm saying it wrong again, Flowerbomb. Find it on Amazon. I'll link everything down below, you guys, that I mentioned. I'll try to remember to link everything. Then we have another Viktor&Rolf Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid. This is another one where it is a juicy floral, but a little darker. Very, very good. Oh, so good. Then we have Viktor&Rolf BonBon. This one, as I said, you guys, was the beginning of my fragrance collection. This one has a very interesting, there's a candy-like smell that you get. It's like a caramely candy. I'm going to do a little dab. You can also, these are called splashers too, by the way. You can splash this on your skin like, what? or you can dab it or just dab the bottle directly. This is a very, like, it has a very accurate name to it. It doesn't necessarily smell like a BonBon, like the actual candy, the BonBon, but it does have this very rootsy, caramely fragrance to it that is really nice. This is definitely something that you could wear to like a really nice event. You're dressed up. I mean, I'm the kind of person who believes when you find a fragrance you like, if you want to wear that fragrance like all day, every season, every hour, you do you. But for me, when I smell this, I think I actually wore this to a really big gala one time and it was delicious. Yeah. Ooh, so good. I almost stuck that right up my nose. I did not expect to like this one. I understand that the fragrance community is for a long time now been raving about Good Girl, not just because it has a cute bottle, but because of the fragrance. And for some reason, I had smelled this before and thought, that's not very special. But now I smell it and I'm like, this is like very, very vampy and I really like it. Yeah. And again, you can't beat a cute bottle that looks like a high heel. This bottle was made for walking. Then we have Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. This is the same cute little high heel bottle, only it's got a little pink juice in it. And this one, this is like a socialite kind of fragrance. It has the bubbliness of some kind of really sweet soda or drink, but it's got the elegance of having like fruits and florals in it. And it's great. And it's also the pink bottle, very appropriate because it is very feminine and sweet. Not overpoweringly sweet, just enough, very well balanced. Since collecting Arab fragrances / Middle Eastern fragrances and getting my hands on some designer fragrances, something that I have found that if you have a dupe for a designer fragrance, usually the only difference that I can tell in the really good dupes is that usually the dupe will be more kind of punchy with its notes versus a designer fragrance will be a little more balanced, probably because they are made by professional perfumers who that is what they do, and they're making a fragrance not to cover up your natural scent but to blend in with your natural scent. So I think there's a little bit of a different process and a different intent involved, and I don't know if that's something that everybody smells because noses tend to be different from one person to the other. So I would love to know from you guys, those of you who have dupes and have had the real thing or smelled the real thing, is that what you get too? But I would say that of the two that I mentioned earlier, these two guys, this one so punchier it would like cover up your natural scent, versus this one, which is so balanced, it would kind of blend with your skin better, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Is that a thing? Is that just in my head? This is another one that I heard a lot of people raving about, and I just did not understand how beautiful this was until I smelled. Oh, so good. This is Valentino Donna Born in Roma. Oh, you guys, I'm going to put the notes up here because you just need to revel in those notes for a little bit. I am more and more drawn to the fragrances that are maybe a little less gourmand and a little bit more, they smell like you stepped out of a shower where you were showering with gourmand scented stuff. And this for me is like the epitome of that. There's another one in a second I'll share that's very much the same way, but this is like you get into a nice warm shower and you have berry scented like body scrub and body wash, and there's a little bit of a hint of florals in there. There's something that could lean a little tropical, but not like in a citrusy necessarily kind of way. It's kind of in that sweet tropical way. Oh, that's so good. And again, I smell these designer fragrances and I think with skin, this would just blend super, super well. Let's splash it. Splash. Wow. Ah. It's so good. I am going to run out of areas to be dabbing my body during this fragrance video. This is one that the bottle, when I first saw this, it kind of put me off a little bit because of the way that the bottle sits. I just wasn't attracted to it. But after smelling this, I was like, Lordy day. This is another one for me. It smells like a shower with all of your favorite products. You get out and then you go sit on the balcony of your condo that you have at the beach. Most of these fragrances, by the way, I am a sweet, loving girl, a gourmandy kind of girl. I have one fragrance that's not, but most of these, you're going to get some gourmands in here. This one is Prada, Paradox Prada. Have y'all noticed that? There's some fragrances that like double name themselves. Jimmy Choo, Prada, Paradox Prada. Hugo Boss. Interesting. This little fragrance here, you guys, not only do I not really understand how to pronounce it, Acqua Di Giorgio Armani. That's my best try, and I'm not trying it again. I like the little green gemstone that's on the top, but the scent of this, I'm not going to splash it on me because I don't like it all that much. This, it's tripping on me. No, this smells a little old to me, but I could see how you have a certain skin chemistry that would blend beautifully with this. And again, that's the thing about perfumes, you guys. Like, you can obviously get fragrances and just wear them on your clothes and that be the end of whatever. But there's something to be said about skin chemistry. I know that there are certain fragrances I put on me, turns into pond water. My mother is exactly the same way. So I think it's this genetic thing. But there are some fragrances that blend so well that I'm like, it's like you made this for me. So I don't know. You guys let me know down below if that has been your experience as well. Is there a certain fragrance you find just blends with the scent of you super well? Or is there a certain fragrance that you know just like does not blend with you well? I would love to know about that. I love this one. This is a little tiny bottle of Versace Crystal Noir. I had heard everybody raving about Crystal Noir, so I bought this little tiny dabber, and it only took, I didn't even dab it. I don't think I've even used this. I popped the top off when I got it. Popped the top off. There we go. I sniffed it, and I said, yes. And then I bought the big daddy of it, and look at this dent. Look at this dent. It's like down to here. I have just used this thing up. This could also be a little bit of a vampy fragrance like Carolina. Whoa, I almost dropped the baby. This could be another vampy fragrance like Carolina Herrera's Good Girl, but it's super feminine. It's light, it's feminine. It still manages to be like a really sexy fragrance, even though it's like fruity and girly. It has a little bit of that like baby doll kind of smell to it that you get from the 90s that people rave about in Stella McCartney's Pop. There's like a hint of that, but it also has that feeling of fragrances mingled in a fresh shower that's very fruity and florally. Y'all let me know also if you want me to do, I would love to do a fragrance video on vampy fragrances because I feel like I'm just drawn to those. So let me know that. This little beauty is a YSL Libre. People have raved about this one, and this like for good reason. Ooh, I'm still smelling Armani. I feel the need to apologize because I judged so many people for loving this even before smelling it. I don't know what I was thinking. This is a beautiful, another fragrance that is just like so natural, but clean, but sweet. So good. This is one of my favorite teeny tiny babies. And this is Stella McCartney Pop in dabber form. I actually have the big version of Stella McCartney Pop. I love this so much. Look at the dent in this baby. This is another fragrance that I heard people raving about, saying that it smelled like the head of a Barbie doll from the 90s. And I was like, I have to try this out because I have memories of being really teeny tiny and getting a Barbie in the 90s and it's smelling so amazing. And for me, this is so true. And I've heard people say that they don't get it when they smell this. But for me, I popped this open. I smelled this teeny tiny baby and I thought, that is my childhood, and I need that in a bigger bottle. This has a note of tomato leaf in it, which I haven't really seen in any other fragrance. So very interesting. The only beef that I have with this particular fragrance is that it doesn't last very long, so you kind of have to layer it. You guys let me know if you want me to make a video on layering fragrances, because that can be really fun as well. It's a good time. It's very relaxing. Love this fragrance. And last but certainly not least, we have Burberry Goddess. Oh my goodness, I love this little tiny fragrance. I have the Middle Eastern dupe for this, which is so good. I talked about it in my last video. This is Latafa Angum, and it is a dupe for this little Burberry Goddess. But oh my goodness, such a good fragrance. Worth buying the large bottle as well if you're into that. But this has such a delicate balance to it that I just love. That one day when I'm done with my current signature fragrance that I have, I would probably purchase a large bottle of this. Oh, splash. Woo! Yeah. Oh my goodness. Guys, it's fruity and florally and juicy. Such an amazing fragrance. And again, one of those that just blends so well with your natural skin scent. Yeah,